Hello and welcome to the FlexPro YouTube channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. As always, let us know in the comments what you guys would like to see next. Today we're going to break down something not so popular in mainstream media. We all hear about the pros and the amazing benefits that the keto diet has been known to provide. Well, today we're going to kind of break down some of the cons. With any diet, you are restricting calories. That's the way that weight loss works. At the end of the day, it is indeed calories in versus calories out, meaning you have to consume less calories than you physically burn. So anytime you're doing that, there is some type of trade-off, whether that be a little less focus, a little less energy during this time period. There is always some type of catch. So the keto diet, as great as it is not immune to those effects. Today, we're going to break down all the cons of the keto diet as we've already broke down the pros in a previous video. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
Say whenever it comes to weight loss, what you eat is the most important factor, which is why we're breaking down one of the hottest diet trends out there that thousands of people swear by, but we find out if it's actually good for you. Gooey cheese over sausage, spicy mayo on your taco, and avocado. Welcome to the new diet full of fat that people say is shredding their figure.
Basically, this is the life of a ketoholic right here.
Cheese and fat.
Jaime Herrera opened a restaurant turning out keto meals that diners demand.
People wanted to eat like tacos but without any tortillas or like no bread, and so I decided to put some stuff on the menu that was good for people that are doing these types of diets.
It started after a keto diet challenge with friends and a nutritionist.
For a month and a half, I lost 20 pounds, 15 to 20 pounds. I just felt better than when I was eating carbs.
The basics of the ketogenic diet, or keto for short, virtually eliminating all carbs, eating mostly fat and some protein, and limiting carbs to veggies and fruits that have the least amount.
It's more animal-based, and sure, you're going to lose the weight, but at what expense?
Dr. Faith Felder has practiced medicine for more than 20 years. She says fad diets like keto may have unintended consequences. It was originally used for epileptic patients to calm seizures, but today's popular version raises some concerns.
Do you elevate your cholesterol? Now you're at increased risk for heart disease. I don't want you to be, skinny in a coffin. That doesn't make any sense.
However, some aspects of the keto diet can be helpful, like eliminating empty calorie carbohydrates. But Dr. Shivam Joshi says keto also limits a lot of beneficial food.
The diet does cut out a lot of healthy foods. It does cut out, for a large part, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans. These are some of the healthiest foods on the planet.
The doctors say the best thing you can do for weight loss is so simple, but so difficult. Change your diet one bite at a time.
Focus on that meal and say, how can I make it the best meal for me? Eliminate the bacon and just have the eggs. Instead of white toast, let's do wheat. Instead of grits, let's do amaranth.
And the biggest tip from the doctors is to have patience.
You might not see it on the scale initially, and that will come, but I just tell them, don't give up, stick with it. This is the best thing for you.
The alternatives to the keto diet is just any diet that cuts calories.
When it comes to losing weight, there's always a new diet out there. And the latest fad appears to be the keto diet, which is low carb and helps you burn fat
Most
fast.
likely you have heard about it, but is it healthy? Joining us this morning to talk more about the keto diet is nutritional therapist Amy Ruth Feingold. Great to have you here this morning.
So great to be here.
I have to admit, I'm always skeptical of these so-called fad diets. So at the crux of the keto, what is the purpose?
Well, actually, keto isn't a fad diet. It's been around since the 20s when doctors were trying to help children with epilepsy. But yes, it's been talking about now because it is a great tool for weight loss. But keto essentially it's a diet based on ratios. 65 to 75% of your calories come from fat.
Okay, and so, we all know there's good fats and bad fats.
Yes.
So let's start with some of the good fats that would be on the keto diet.
Okay, the good fats would be your avocados, wild fish, nuts, seeds. You want to stay away from the vegetable oils, processed meats, deli cheeses. So you really want to lean towards real healthy food.
This is obviously effective in terms of losing weight. You always hear that. So what are the bonuses with this diet?
Well, the biggest bonus is that it helps control your blood sugar level and reduces insulin resistance. That's big because that's a huge health issue. It does help lose weight because fat is filling. You know, you eat a few hard-boiled eggs and a piece of cheese and you're not hungry for many hours.
All right, so what are some of the negatives that people need to be aware of?
Okay, one negative is that it's low in fiber, and that's a problem. So it leads to constipation. There are ways to get around it, but that is an issue. Also, once you start to become in ketosis, some issues happen. Your breath changes, not exactly like what you want to show on a first date. So you want to be mindful of that. It does readjust.
I see a lot of people posting about keto on Instagram, a lot on social media. I saw a friend the other day post about her keto pizza. What is the biggest difference between keto and Atkins?
Okay, that's a great question. Atkins focused on the protein. So it was heavy on the protein. Atkins was just essentially reducing the carbohydrates in your net carbs, which the keto diet does, but keto emphasizes the fat. So the difference is the macronutrient ratio between the proteins and the fats. Keto being higher fat, Atkins being higher protein.
All right, so if you were to want to try the keto, what is the best way to, I mean, is this like a 3-week thing, a 1-month thing? How long is this?
If you're going to do it the healthy way with healthy fats, such as we talked about with the avocados and nuts, I would say you can give yourself up to 3 months. But then I would transition into a plant-based, nutrient-dense diet which supports detoxification. And that, in my book, is an ideal diet. But this is a wonderful jump start and great for people with insulin issues.
And then last question quickly. It can be hard if you're out to dinner with your friends. So what are the ways around that, and can you cheat and still be effective?
Well, interesting. If you've been doing it for a month and you cheat for a meal, your body the next day will go back into ketosis after 4 to 6 hours if you're strict. However, if you're going out with your friends, you just have to be mindful and have some strategies. Let's say your friends are meeting at Chipotle. Get the salad with the meat, guacamole, sour cream. You've hit your 70% ratio. If you're meeting at Starbucks, get the hard-boiled eggs. What about an iced coffee with whipped cream? So you just have to be a little bit clever about it, and don't leave home without avocados, nuts. That will take you.
Well, the keto diet is enticing many people who want to lose weight this year, 2019.
The notoriously strict rules require lowering your carbs and replacing them with fats.
Niku Kazori explains why it works, plus the downside of the dreaded keto flu.
You don't have to look far to hear about a success story stemming from the keto diet. It almost sounds like the miracle diet.
A lot of people were asking us, okay, well, you're not working out and you're losing all this.
Yeah, we're not working out at all.
The truth is, for Sarah and John Finster, eating their way healthier is their workout. The keto diet trend has come and gone for decades, each time with new tweaked recipes.
We go through 12 to 24 avocados a week.
This time, the new keto diet seems to be doing the trick for this couple. But what is the keto diet? Dr. Vidya Alori, an endocrinologist with University Health, explains.
The keto diet is essentially a very low-carb diet, but we do increase the fats, eliminating all that flour, all that starch, and you're really focusing on some protein and some fat.
But with the popularity it's gained online, it's not hard to come across someone who eats an excessive amount of foods like cream cheese, bacon, and butter and still see significant weight loss. But Dr. Alori says even though results are there, that might not be the smart route to take.
The weight loss is clear. People are losing weight on this diet. If they go what I think is the healthier route, or even if they go what I think is, I'm not so sure about that route, doing all the processed food. So people will lose weight, but I think that there's still a question of the long-term effects, and we don't know.
If you're wondering what the healthy route is, it's just common sense. Clean eating and quality fats instead of processed foods.
Olive oil, avocados, for your healthy fats, wild-caught salmon, grass-fed beef, and then in terms of vegetables, cauliflower, broccoli, all the greens like spinach, lettuce.
For the Finsters, it wasn't all about vanity. Sarah thinks the diet saved her once overweight husband's life.
It's hard when like you hear you pick up your kid and you're telling them, Daddy just had a heart attack, you know, and his expression back to you is like, I'm only, you know, 13. How am I going to live without my dad? You know? So yeah, I think this is another big like motivation to keep us going. And I joke, yeah, it's vanity, but you know, I still have 2 little kids, you know, that at home.
While the diet works for some, it's not the cure for everyone, especially when you've become addicted to sugars or carbs.
There's something called the keto flu that sometimes people experience, like these headaches when they're kind of going off of carbs. And usually it's for those who were really heavily devoted to carbs and had high sugar diets before.
I wanted to rip my son's arm off trying to steal his for a French fry.
When it comes down to it, both the doctor and Finsters agree it's a lifestyle change. Clean eating and staying on track, finding your motivation and sticking to it has been their key to weight loss.
There you have it, folks. Maybe it's not what everybody wants to hear, but it's the things that we all need to be aware of when we do decide to take the path on certain diets. Not all diets are created equal. They all work differently for different people. The beauty of it is you have the ability to pick and choose which diet works best for you. Now, if you're ready to take out some of the guesswork in your dieting, or, you know, if you want to try some keto meals but just aren't the Gordon Ramsay of chefing it up, you can click the link down in the description, and there'll be an exclusive YouTube offer to save you some money on your first FlexPro meals. We'd love to hear your feedback. And as always, thank you for watching.